Hey, and welcome back to Central Crawler RC, and today I'm going to be installing this ramp crab skid plate that I picked up off of Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below for it. It's supposed to have these little ball bearing rollers that help you climb up and over objects. I'm going to be putting this into my Mias Ripper. I'm going to do a test run outside over some rocks and without it. And then I'll install it and do another test run and see if it makes a difference. Let's get to it. So I'm just going to take out these 4 screws that hold in the links. If you guys don't have one of these electric screwdrivers, these things work awesome. I highly suggest getting one. My son bought me this for Christmas, and it's the best tool I own. Makes quick work of these little screws. All right. So I'll undo the screws for the skid plate. The only complaint I have about it is I wish I had an extension. I have to use an Allen key for in there. So I don't know if you guys have watched any of my other videos, but I did mention on my Radiolink RC8X video that they didn't ship me a screen protector, and I reached out to them and they actually sent me one. So now I've received everything for that. It's a really nice controller. There we go, it's just wedged in there. Beautiful. There we go. Your end's out, front end's out. I wonder if I can just slide this out. Looks like I'm gonna have to take that all apart. interior out. Might as well take the roof off so we can see what we're doing. And we get a wiring mess. So I'll just fish this all out. Now, in case you're wondering what all these wires are for, I got an 8-channel receiver in here. I've used 6 of those channels. I put 4-wheel steering in here, the motor, headlights, and the light bar. That took up 6 channels. Oh, and a UBEC cable I put in, which goes here for an FPV camera for the future. This back over. Hopefully we can snag this out. There we go. Beautiful. Did drop that other screw. Where'd she go? I guess I'll find it later. So now's a good time to check these little pins here. These little pins on your universal joint like to work themselves loose. As you can see in this one, it's hard to see. This one's actually pushed in a bit. I have to get a pair of pliers, and you can see it sticking out there. They work them out quite frequently. Just get a pair of pliers and push them back in. And there's our screw. There we go, it's back in. Alright, so stickers, bearings, instructions, and hardware and skid plate. So it shows this little collar going in here. There we go. Take one of these screws. Take two of those little washers here. I tell you, it's going to be fun to get those little rubber O-rings in there. Waterproof grease. Since it is a bearing, a little bit of grease should go on it. A little bit of grease on there. Help lube it up. Keep the water from rusting it. But then should act like a glue for these little spacers. Hold it in place. I'm gonna have to do this off camera. Alright, so I got it all together. I used one of these cell phone SD card tools to just kind of put in there and center all the holes and then put the bolt through. It helped a little bit, still struggled, but I got it in now. So that's the main thing. I can reassemble this thing now. There we go. Try to get these little guys back in now. Alright, so now I got the skid plate on, put the battery tray back on, and start reassembling. That's weird. Those screws are tight, but I don't understand that. Oh, new skid plate. So the battery tray doesn't tighten on with the old screws and the screws that are supplied with it. That's not good. It doesn't tighten, it still stays a little floppy. It's like they should have threaded down the holes a little bit more. Oh, I guess I'll figure out something now. Alright, so I finally got that all put together. Got the skid plate put together and put in. I made a homemade battery plate. Give me a little bit more room to shove my electronics in there. I just have to put all this back together. So if you put the drive shafts, line up the pins, you'll have less binding. They'll be working together instead of against each other. There we go. Skid plates in. There's the rollers. That should work pretty good in taking out that Traxxas battery box. Give me a little bit more room for wire management. You want to just shoving them in here. Perfect. There we go. There we go. And if you look at that skid plate, those ball bearings don't hang down too far, which is nice. So it won't really, hopefully, obstruct too much. And hopefully it actually works. Guess we'll take it outside and we'll find out. Well guys, just got in from doing a little bit of a test run outside, and as you guys can see, that this little ball bearing skid plate seems to work actually pretty good. I didn't think it was going to work as good as it did, but I'm still getting hung up on my diffs here. Alright guys, so I just got in from doing a little bit of a test run outside, and as you can see, that new skid plate actually works pretty good with those steel ball bearings. It's actually working better than I thought it would. Still getting hung up on my differentials in the front and back, as you guys can see on the video. One thing you guys are also going to see on the video is my back four-wheel steer here caught this back right corner, kind of folded up my wheel's okay. Had to trim the body up a little bit and cut some of the plastic out here, but it doesn't look half bad. I'm happy with it. So I'll have to say, long story short, I'm pretty impressed by this skid plate. I didn't think it was going to work as good as it did. Tell me what you guys think. Remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.